Alright, everyone. So, the animation for the last 10 seconds that was supposed to come out today, they didn't come out the way it was supposed to. I had to have the animator redo it. I'm pretty much playing the role of director and producer because I do edit. I do make sure it's going the way it's supposed to go. And this right here, hang on. This scene right here is actually the scene that didn't go right. The scene is supposed to more like this. This is the original animation that was done, and I wanted to zoom up of Drake, but I wanted to show off Drake's eyes and him coming down, kind of like a burning up in the atmosphere and shooting down like a bolt of lightning. Now Drake is the soul of the main character. Think of it similar to Bleach, where he's pretty much the spirit guide of the main character. He reflects the main character like a younger version of him, but with his dragon-like features that you see. Now, he's called the ego, and everyone in the isekai world has an ego. The egos are basically just that. There's the soul of the characters. Now, if you were born and raised in the isekai world that I created here, you have an ego, and what the egos do is they help you bring out your true potential, so you can survive. Sometimes they'll take it over, which is called overflow, and use your full potential for you in like autopilot mode. It's not good if they do that though. That's like a last resort survival tactic because it will diminish the soul, which will kill both of you. Now, their personalities will be pretty much a condensed version of what the main characters have. And what I mean by that is they have their own unique personalities, but their personalities come from their. It's like a mirror of their host self, their other self, which would be the in-worlds, like the main character Ryuga, or my other characters Kit or Parisia or Saya, because they all have their own inner ego, but their egos will look slightly different from themselves. Some will look older, some will look younger, some will look damaged, some would have when one has like a really tough personality, their inner soul may actually be very meek, or another one is soft spoken like Saya. She's very like gentle and kind, but her inner soul is really like I take no shit kind of attitude. And they all have like a contrast to one another. Like Drake, he's very spunky and in your face, where Ryuga is very respectful, and it's it seems like they're polar opposite from each other. But what it is the side of themselves they more or less suppress, and their egos kind of embody. And yeah, I just had to do a quick delay because the last 10 seconds of the animation show there didn't come up the way it was supposed to. So I'm having the animator do it. He's got a trip he's got to go on for about 7 days. So I gave him an extension for doing everything. I already gave him the money. I did a couple of payments several times ahead of time. Now the animation will be a part of the video game project we're working on for my novels chronicles, and eventually the animation here will be used for a pilot episode of 25 minutes length of time. I am definitely playing the role of director and producer, because if you look up what a producer does, they do editing, they do casting. I definitely do all that. And I am the writer because I'm the author, so I'm that direction. The series I want it to go. Sorry, I had to re-edit this video part of the video and keep it going because it cut me off. But yeah, I've been kind of doing a lot more than I thought. I would always call myself like a project manager, but when it comes to this animation project, I am more or less the writer, the director, and producer. And I just find it funny. But yeah, this is what I do. The animators, they do their work. They're supposed to update me, or my artists are supposed to update me every 3 days. They give me a rundown what they've done so far. I tell them if they're doing it the right way. I'm supposed to give them any reference they need to help them go along to make sure they're doing the job the way I want it to go down. So not only am I financially pushing this out myself, what I do is I make sure everything's edited right. I do the casting. I literally hunt down voice actors in both English and Japanese for what I need. Like I have Sora the Troll. He's a really popular Japanese YouTuber for the main character of the series for Yuga. Um, I still have to do more casting when it comes to Japanese voice acting, but they're a lot more expensive than the English ones, so I tend to find the English ones more easily. Plus, my main language is English. I have to use my translator to more or less see if these ones really come out right. Like I have Matsuko X plays Drake because Drake is depicted to be a younger looking version of the main character, like about 7 to 9 years old, in comparison to the main character, which starts off around 14 and ends at 16 years of age at the end of the first volume. There are time skips in some of these volumes, especially the spin-offs, because the spin-offs are all prequels and showing the side of the story of the other characters. They don't follow the main character at all. They just follow these other characters, like the Kit, her side of the story, Saya, her side of the story, her background, their background stories, their experience and point of view, the way they think about the main character, the way they experienced their life. Like Saya, she had a rough life. She was born into slavery, so she had to deal with a lot of shit growing up, and she gets pulled out of that, which is nice. Then you got Kit. She was born princess, but yet her family treated her like trash. She's the only living heir of her bloodline, but there's a reason why her family treated her so badly. And I just published the novel for her, this Kitsune Princess, for Slippin' Chronicles, and she's got every character has these really like dramatic backgrounds, and it's to show their character growth that they'll have and build on about their personalities. It gives them all a lot more meaning. All right, now I'm working on Akira, which is the girl that you saw in the beginning, first 5 chapters, and she gets separated from the main character. You get to see her side of the story, not only in parallel of the main volume, but you get to see what happened to her after she got separated from Ryuga in this really dangerous fantasy world that, man, you'd rather go to Attack on Titan. I'm telling you right now. Well, anyway, this video is a lot longer than I intended it to be. I'm gonna end the conversation here. I just wanted to let everyone know that, yeah, I got more animation being done up. I have essentially paid for 90 seconds for the whole opening. That'll go for the whole, all the music that I had custom made for this opening. And it's not the first one I had made. The first one a lot of people didn't like, so I had it remade and I didn't even bother to do lyrics for this time. I just had it done up, and I think it sounds good. It's got that epic feel I want, so that is good. Yeah, the opening. Once the opening is done, I'm gonna take the first part of the animation along with the opening and add it to the game. Once the game is done, I am either gonna try to sell more products in order to fund the anime episode, or more likely just get a loan. I already got a mortgage, so getting loans right now is kind of tough, but I was able to get a PayPal loan for $1,350. That's what I used to pay for some of the anime opening. All I managed for me to do is get up to about 40 seconds. I paid for an additional with my own pocket money beforehand, an extra 10. So I had to pay for another 40 seconds in order to finish the anime opening, which I'll be doing in monthly installments. Like this month, I'll be paying another 20 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds if I can afford it. And yeah, I'll be selling merchandise in order to help. I did manage to sell a few merchandise. Sorry. I keep having to extend the video. Anyway, Yeah, I have that Zuku store I use. I was gonna try to use Redbubble, but Redbubble are for assholes. They say I break the rules. I didn't, which really pisses me off. Don't even bother with that asshole company, and I will say they're assholes because they are. Yes, I'm petty. Anyway, uh, um, I was gonna do more plushies, but man, shipping and handling is hard to figure out, and it comes to be very stressful getting that managed. So the plushies I got right now for now are I have over 12. I'm gonna I already sold two of them. Another one will be sent out today. Both of them are Squirrely Sensei Imelda. Um, once that one is out, I'm gonna send the rest to my Greek team and just do when a convention comes up, I'll pay to have it a part of a convention and just whatever sell what I can and use the profits to support the project. I rather just sell it online, and send it individually, but it's very stressful. And when it comes to the loan, I was talking about getting. I don't know. I think I may eventually. Right now, I'm renting out my house, so I can afford to keep going and do what I'm doing. But I also have that mortgage, and depending on how long I have someone renting from me, I might turn around and if they move out wherever, I'll sell the house like I originally planned. Um, if or do whatever I gotta do because I want to get a business loan. If you have 3% of whatever you need, you can get a business loan, and I want to do enough to get a full pilot episode. I'm not doing any more crowdfunding. I'm kind of disenchanted by crowdfunding completely at this point. I think it's a waste of time for me. But novels are available. You have merchandise available. So if anyone wants to support, you can support from the merchandise. You can support from the novels. The audiobook is currently at chapter 30. There are 46 chapters from the main volume. So I got 16 more chapters to do, and I'll be able to have the audiobook available to everyone. I am making custom music for the audiobook for the background. So I still have to do a lot of that, but that won't be too long to do in comparison. It cost me about $50 a chapter to do the music for the background. I spent a lot of money. I have not at all got my return and profit. I don't care though. This is a big project for me, and I'm very happy to be working on it. There's a lot I've been doing. I have another novel series I wish I can get back to, but this one is the one that's been more my baby, so I'm doing everything I can on this one for any other project I'm working on. I got the RPG Maker game I'm working on with this one, which is kind of like a visual novel mix style. The visual novel style is for like the cutscenes but the gameplay comes with the RPG Maker element, and yeah, it's real fun. Anyway, you guys all have a good day. Goodbye.